Attention! The following podcast contains explicit content and is not suitable for children. This podcast may also make you piss your pants, laugh, cry, maybe even shit your pants. If so, enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Dino Mac, and this is the Mac Attack Show. Getting a passport is like trying to file for unemployment in Ohio. Okay, it's damn near impossible.
That's right. There's people that hooked on that fucking Candy Crush or something gonna go there.
Take a lot of pride in your breast? I mean, are you proud of them? Some women aren't, some women are.
Yes, I am.
You love them. I mean, do you play with them often, or? I mean, it's a legitimate question. I mean, some people.
Yes, I do, Dean. Yes, I do.
Oh man.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. What do you most remember about somebody? Mine's going to be the dude said "Koopy Lobby" in the fucking hallways at Argus.
Oh. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What the fuck is going on out there, you sorry sons of bitches? Guess who's back? Da-da-da-da-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. I'm just kidding. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Exit 92 Radio today. This is Dino Mac, and this is the Mac Attack Show on Exit 92 Radio. Tonight, I got some special guests with me. They've been on the Mac Attack Show, but they haven't been on Exit 92 Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest this time, Mr. Bill Downey. What's going on, Bill?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah. Same thing. Same shit, different day, different money. My other guest at this time.
I can hear you there.
He is one of the greatest, loneliest motherfuckers around today. All he needs is some loving. And you know what? For the ladies that's listening out there, they could give him some loving out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barry Zob, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. What you up to?
Same old shit, different day, except we're on Exit 92 Radio. Just for the listeners that don't know you guys from Exit 92 Radio, man, take a second. I hashtagged the show Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. So, Bill, we'll start with you first. Tell everybody a little bit about you, where you're from, who you are, while I share the show.
Well, I'm from Argus, Indiana. I'm an asshole. There's not much more than that. I mean, I love sex. I sometimes toy around with drugs, and I fucking love rock and roll.
Barry, what about you, big guy?
I'm from Argus, Indiana as well. Loving the sex as well. Of course, right now it's not quite as fluent as I would like it to be. Drugs, maybe something in the future, and rock and roll definitely.
Something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
Now, you guys told me before, I was sitting here making Manhattans. You guys told me before we even decided to do the show, you was all like, you know, you guys said you was at the bar and you was getting something to eat. And I was like, are you guys interested in doing a show on Exit 92 Radio? And you was all like, yeah, I guess.
Hell yeah.
And you're like, but we're eating right now and we're drunk as fuck. So, Barry, on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the worst, how bad, how drunk are you?
I'm probably close to a 7 right at this point, and hoping to be 10 before the night is over.
We got Chris on the chat boards. What's up, Chris? We've already got people tuning in.
Hell yeah. That'll be a great
I'm sorry,
show.
I didn't hear you on that. I'm sorry, I was interrupted by the chat boards. I always got to interact with the fans. What number are you? What level of drunkenness are you?
I'm close to 7. I'm hoping to be 10 by the end of the evening here.
Guys, if we disconnect for whatever reason, try to stick with us here on the show. Our internet connection ain't worth 2 shits and a giggle. It's not worth 2 shits and a giggle. I guarantee you that. So if we cut out for whatever reason, if we disconnect, trust me, we're just going to keep on going. We're just going to keep recording. And if for some reason the show doesn't do its thing there, whatever. I think I posted this to Facebook and everything else. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here. But first,
either way, we're going to continue drinking and having a hell of a time. So,
what are you drinking?
Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Coors Light. That is, I'm drinking the Miller Lite and making a Gentleman Manhattan. It's made with Gentleman Jack from Jack Daniel Company, and we got some gin, a little bit, and you mix it with a little bit of bitters, and it's a stout drink, guys. It's a stout drink.
Nice.
So, but it's good. I mean, you don't. It's more of a sipping drink, if I would have to say. It's more, yeah. It's more of a sipping drink. I thought I posted this some bitch to. I guess not. I guess I'll just have to share it to myself.
We were looking for a quick drunk, so beer is good for a quick drunk.
Well, I would say liquor, whiskey. Barry, would you agree? Is whiskey good for a quick drunk?
Well, for me, since I'm such a lightweight, beer does very well.
No,
I had him drinking shots at the bar. We did 2 rounds of Fireball, so he had him feeling pretty good.
Okay, so what do you mean by lightweight? How easy is it for you to get drunk?
3 beers in, I'm pretty well fucking on the buzz side.
Are you shitting me?
Fucking lightweight.
I know.
So now that I'm on number 7, I'm pretty much fucking lit.
I can attest to that.
I know where you could probably look like the biggest drunk of all time. Like, well, not really the drunk, like the biggest drunk. I know where you could go that you would be king shit in drinking beer.
Nice.
And you want to know where that's at?
Where is it?
Oklahoma, buddy. 3-2 beer. Up here we got 5 point and up. Okay, 5.2, 5.5. But when you go to Oklahoma, your ass is drinking 3-2. Do you know what I mean by that?
That would be the potency?
Oh, yes, son. Yeah.
He's still learning. You gotta give him credit. He's still learning.
So
Get in there.
I got Bill on here. Bill, I don't have
What up?
no special name. Hold on, got to go to the chat boards. Chris says Smirnoff Ice, Electric Berry, and rum chata and a Fireball is in me right now.
Nice.
That's sweet.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Bill, I gotta ask you. I gotta get it off my chest. I've been wanting to do a show for a long time for this shit, and it's one of the things that's kind of irked my interest a little bit. It's just kind of getting at me. I want to talk police officers. I want to talk law enforcement. I want to talk shit that will get a motherfucker riled up real quick. All right. First and foremost.
My dog.
My dog.
Hit me with your best shot, Dino Mac.
Hit me with your best shot. I need that fucking song right now to play for the fans. Anyways,
now.
What is your opinion? Okay, first and foremost, do you believe there's good cops and bad cops out there?
Oh, absolutely.
Barry, what about you?
Absolutely. You got cops that follow the law or that do everything by the book. And then you got cops that will do anything they can to get a bust, which, is wrong. But yeah, you got both sides.
Barry?
I don't really get much into trouble, but I'm pretty sure that there's people out there that enjoy the power of being the guy that can make anybody do whatever they want because they wear a badge. And then the guys that are out there just like, hey, I just need to keep everybody safe. You need to be safe, and what have you.
Bill, you was a police officer for how long?
I have been in some form of law enforcement for the past, I'm going on to my 14th year now.
So you definitely was not no mall or rent-a-cop or anything like that.
No, I've worked for let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different departments.
Okay. So, all right. So, in all your goings, did you ever use your cop ability to your advantage? You know, your authority to your advantage.
Well, I mean, there's certain times where people will find out that I'm a cop, and then it's kind of like there have been times that I've had people say, "Oh, well, police officers are going through a pretty rough time right now. Let me pay for your meal." And of course, I'm always like, "No, I can pay for myself to eat." But there have been times where I went to the waitress and said, "Hey, where's my check?" And oh, well, somebody already took care of it. And so, have I ever actually used it? Well, see, I thought the very earlier, and I told him the more I drink, the more honest I get. I tried to get out of a ticket once with my badge, and I still got the fucking ticket. So,
yeah, that's about like white privilege, That's one of the things I don't believe that exists. You tried to even use your badge to sit there and get out of a ticket. It didn't work out for you, so you got to wonder to yourself, How far does the authority figure go when you really don't have that much authority? It's just a 9-to-5 job.
Well, I have to say that I had a great deal of respect for this officer. I didn't know him. I was, heading towards Indianapolis. I was in Miami County, I think. It was Indiana State Police. And I gave him my police ID. Not so much to get out of the ticket, but just to let the guy know, hey, you're dealing with a cop here. You don't have to worry about me jumping out of the car and shooting your ass. You know what I'm saying?
But technically, you guys are trained. It doesn't matter if you're a cop or not. There's still you got to follow protocol, correct?
Oh yes, most definitely. I mean, it's more for that subconscious. Okay, I'm dealing with a cop here. There's less likely of a chance that he's going to get down and try to cat my ass. So you kind of. It's more of a professional courtesy type thing to let him know that you're a police officer. Now, does that also sometimes have benefits to it? Absolutely. Me personally, if I pull over another police officer for speeding, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell him, hey, get out of here. But as far as
why are you going to do that? Why the fuck are you going to do that? If you catch a cop, you pull it over. You found out he's a cop. He's been speeding though. But I mean, you still got your ticket. What makes him not get his ticket for you?
I understand that when you're in a squad car and you're driving down the road, okay, if you're on a 4-lane highway and you've got and you're driving it, let's say you're doing 55 mile an hour. Okay, nobody drives 55 mile an hour if it's the speed limit. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody drives over 55 mile an hour.
Right.
You may have the few that drive exactly, or, the old grandpa that'll drive 20 under, but for the most part, everybody's driving faster than 55, whether it be 5 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour over. So as a cop, if you're doing exactly 55, what are you going to get built up behind you? A huge train of cars. So a lot of times we drive, if it's 55, we drive 65, because nobody's going to pass a cop, even though I've had that happen before, and the guy got pulled over. But, we were on a 2-lane highway, by the way, on that one.
I don't give a shit. I'll pass a cop. I'll pass a cop like yesterday.
I was actually doing 65 and a 55, and he passed me like I was standing still in a squad car.
That's a brave son of a bitch right there.
And I later learned... Oops. Well, and I later learned that his daughter had been in a severe accident. She had been airlifted to the hospital, and that's why he was driving so fast. In which case, I told him, slow down, get your butt to the hospital, but go, slow down. And I did let him go. But if you're driving 55 and a 55 and you're a cop, nobody's going to pass, or at least nobody but Dino Mack is going to pass So you get a huge line of cars behind you. Well, when you spend, a 12-hour shift driving 10, 15 mile an hour over the speed limit, and then you get in your own personal vehicle, it's been a long shift, and sometimes you forget. That's why I try to be a little more lenient on that, because we do spend the majority of our time in going faster than most everybody else.
Well, I always try to drive by you guys, like when I'm passing you. You're doing 65, I'm doing maybe 75. When I pass you, I've always got that bumper sticker that says I support blue, the blue line. And, that kind of takes the heat off me a little bit. That's a complete lie. Anyways, Barry, I want to get to you, and I want to ask you a question.
What a dick.
I want to ask you a question. You see all these videos and these YouTube videos, these videos on Facebook, Instagram, they're everywhere. You've got more videos of cops nowadays on webcams or cell phone cameras and stuff, and they're getting recorded, and they're just beating the holy hell out of people. I mean, I saw one video, a cop just kicked a dude in the face, and he was abiding by the law. Let me ask you a question. Do you think some of those are set up, or do you think that's real shit just now surfacing?
Well, it's hard to tell because media, to me, is a communist way of life anymore. So the media is really hard to tell the truth. Unless you're there and really seeing what's happening, it's hard to tell the truth, Dean. I don't know.
Amen.
If you went to prison, would you be a peanut butter or would you be a jelly kind of guy?
I'd be fucking peanut butter and fucking jelly.
Wow.
Motherfucker, I'd put them together.
Winner chicken dinner right there. So
that's right.
That's my point. Like and you brought a good Bill.
I mean, the problem is we need them. Okay,
we need peanut butter and jelly, or we need video cameras.
The police, man. We need the police.
Yes.
Because peanut butter and jelly.
The police are going to keep a lot of the problems out. I mean, when I let my kid go out and play in my yard, the police are driving around your town. Some dude doesn't go, you know what? There's no police in this town. I'm just going to stop and pick up any kid I see. You're going to deflect some of that. They need to have some of that. They need to have that fear. As if everybody's fearing in God. They need to have that fear in the police. Hey, if I do something wrong, man, they're going to buckle down. They're going to take my ass to jail.
Some of
them, I think, take it. They're going to take that over the line, and that sucks. And there should be some, reformation for that. I don't know how that would be because I don't know. I've not sat down and thought about it. But there still needs to be that fear of the police. That's what's going to keep a lot of the smaller crimes under control.
Bill, do you with what Barry said, do you believe that cops are walking on eggshells now?
Almost definitely. I mean, there's been, and it's proven through some of the incidents that have happened, there's several cops out there that are too afraid to pull their gun anymore because they're going to be under such scrutiny. There was a female cop, I don't remember which city it was, but she got shot, and it was witnessed. And the guy pulled a gun out and pointed it at her. She reached for her gun and then hesitated. And I can't help but think that the last thing that went through her mind before she got shot was, is somebody recording me? Is somebody watching me? Am I gonna have to face an attorney? See, what people don't understand is cops are just like regular humans. I mean, we're all humans. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. Some we make mistakes. We're not perfect. There's a thing on Facebook. I can't remember what it when I posted it, but it was a guy that gave a speech about cops, and it was awesome. But one of the things he said is, you have to be around all of the sin and never partake. You got to hang out with all of the bad people and not join in. You got to be around all the fun that people are having, and you can't partake in it while you're on duty because you have a job to do. And, I can't help but think that lady, may she rest in peace, the last thing that went through her mind was, I can't pull my gun because I get a split second to make a decision at that point. An attorney gets another 2 years to pick it apart. I mean, I think all cops are walking on eggshells anymore. Anytime you pull up to a call, you got somebody out with a cell phone recording you. And it most definitely, I think all cops are on eggshells at this point.
My advice to people is with the police department, I really do think that people need to understand. You're number one, you're not a lawyer. Number two, you keep on pushing the issues. Now, I understand that there's bad cops out there. There's cops that use their authority to their advantage. I'm not going to deny that. And Bill's Bill's right here on the show. Being a cop, acknowledging, there are some cops out there that use their authority for bad. But I want people.
I know a couple of them, and they should be taken off the department.
I think people need to understand, though, the more you keep pushing the issue, the more it's going to become a police, state where, as far as the police won't be able to help you at all. The police won't be able to help you at all. Yeah. It'll be the National Guard, the U.S. Marines.
Yeah.
They'll be walking and they can legally do that, and there's nothing you can do about it legally. Okay,
right.
And I want people to understand that when you see a police officer, it's real simple. You put your hands up when they say put your hands up. You freeze when they say freeze. You don't have a right to detain me. Bullshit. Yes, they do.
Right.
You signed that when you got your fucking license. There's a little thing.
Yep, they got probable cause.
There's a little thing that you sign when you sign for your license, for your driver's license. And if you read the fine print, but do you? No, nobody does. People just sign their damn name so they can get their license. And most people think that signature is stating that if you refuse a sobriety test, that you automatically get taken to jail. That's not only what it stands for. Okay? That's not only what it stands for. When you sign that, you're stating that you're going to give the officer all the information the officer needs to do their job. And if you don't believe me, read it. Now, different states do different things, have different laws and ways of doing that. But I don't want people to think that for 1 second you're a fucking lawyer and you're above the law. And this bullshit of I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Quit trying to reword shit. We didn't do this shit in the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. And it wasn't because we wasn't educated, because we fucking was. I mean, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, it was all wrote during those times and way before. So it gets me a little pissed off.
It's a very simple process, and there's a chain of command to go through. And, if a cop tells you to stop, you stop. If we tell you to show us your hands, show us your hands. It's not only for our safety, it's for your safety as well. If I walk up on a guy who's got his hands in his pocket and I tell him to show me his hands and he doesn't show me his hands, I'm going to wonder what's in his pocket. And if he jerks his hands out of his pocket really quick, like I said, we only get a split second to make a decision. So when a cop tells you to do something, do it. If you don't agree with it, hey, I totally get that. I'm a human. There's been times that I've been stopped by police officers, back in high school before I was even in law enforcement.
Right.
And I thought it was complete bullshit. But you know what? There's a process that you take when you're dealing with the officer, polite, respectful. That's what we're going to do with you. That's what we expect from you. And if you don't agree with it, hey, that's fine. I understand that. But there's a process that you take to get it taken care of. Hire an attorney. Fight it. When I was a jailer, I used to tell people that would get booked in on public intoxication.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I would hear their story, I would hear the story from the cop. And there are cops out there that would stop people that were walking home from the bar. They were walking home because they knew they were too drunk to drive. They drove to the bar, drank, knew they were too drunk to drive, so they decided to walk home. They got picked up by the police for walking home, public intoxication.
Yep, it's
the first thing I said to them? That's bullshit. When you get out of here, hire a fucking attorney, and I would fight that until the end. This is a cop telling a guy I'm booking in.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, I'm going to argue with you. I'm an extremist. Why do you think that that's not right?
Would you rather them drive?
I would rather them get a ride from a sober person.
But if they're say they're just a block from the bar,
I don't give a fuck.
they
Then
go
don't
there,
go drink.
but they're
Don't
but if
go
they're not
drink.
causing any problems, what's the issue?
The issue is rules are rules are rules. Rules are put here for a reason. If a cop drives by and you're walking home and you live 2 blocks and you happen to be drunk, booyah, bitch! It's time to go to jail.
But you got to be careful with that, Dean, because if you're in the bar drinking, guess where you're at?
Where's that?
You're in public, which means technically I could go in there and arrest the entire fucking bar.
Well, then if that was the case, then bars wouldn't exist because that's not how that works.
Exactly.
You're at
It's a trap.
You're at a designated spot. The reason why we have
trap.
what we have is the reason why we have that rule is because during the Prohibition era, days back in the days, people would get drunk and get disorderly, go out of the bar, stumble out of the bar, go fight people, shoot people, stuff like that. I mean, that's why we have public intoxication, whether it's walking, driving, whatever it is. It's like you're drunk, you need to go home, and you need somebody taking you home. You know what I mean? You need somebody to make sure that you get to your designated spot and not on the side of a fucking bench. But hey, I'm an extremist and not everybody agrees with my views. But I also think that we've taken shit way too far and we've taken it for granted. And I think that we do need to get hell of a lot fucking stricter. These fucking pussies, butthurt feeling generation motherfuckers, the motherfuckers that sit there and push buttons all day and eat fast food and then want to blame other people for their depression and their anxiety and their all this and that.
The goddamn millennials, man, I'm telling you,
what the fuck it is, mommy and daddy. What it is mommy and daddy didn't fucking spank you enough when you was a kid, and some people would be like, I can hear it now. Some people are like, oh, my parents used to beat me with belts. Yeah, let me tell you something about that. You take that fucking belt away from your parents and you beat the fuck out of them. That's what you do, okay? Now, Bill, you're a parent. We're going to go there. If your son, you was whacking your kid with a belt, your son grabs the belt from you and whacks you back, what are you going to do?
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
You're going to go toe-to-toe. Barry, what about you? Barry, what about you? Same concept? Same, what?
There would definitely be a huge talking. I guess my problem is I try to be more of a friend to my son because I didn't have my dad when I was a kid, so it's not like I had that conversation with my dad to, hey, you're going to listen to me, you're going to do what I tell you. So I try to be on one level a friend with my kid, but at the same time, hey, you're only going to get so far and then it's over. If my kid tried to grab the belt and smack me, it would override everything and be like, no, this isn't happening.
I mean, because you got to admit, you got to admit, you sleep sometime or another. Your kid could come in there and just beat the shit out of you.
Right.
Well, and it's the final goal in all of that is you as a parent, your goal is to get your kids to respect you. And if you...
But you never learn that till you're older.
You never learn that till you're older, but you learn that through good parenting.
Right.
My dad, it wasn't like my dad used to beat the shit out of me anytime he wanted. If I had an ass whooping coming, I got my ass whooping. And one of the things my dad would always say to me before I got my ass whooping was, this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. I didn't understand that until I had to bust my kid's ass for the first time. And it was like, holy shit, this does fucking hurt.
It don't fucking hurt. That's a line of shit if I've ever heard it.
But at the same time, I want him to respect me. I want him to respect his mother. And, you may not be my friend, but you are going to respect me. And when you turn 18 and you want to do it different, that's fine.
You're gonna
but if you're living under my house, under my roof, in my house, it's my rules. This ain't a democracy, it's a dictatorship when it comes to kids. And you know what? If you ask my son how many times he's had his ass whooped in his lifetime, he's going to tell you it wasn't that many. Because he learned from an early age. If I tell you not to do something, I'm only going to tell you once. I don't have to tell him more than twice now. Anytime I tell him, hey, you're getting a little too loud or you're getting a little too carried away, okay, sorry, Dad. And that's all it takes.
I've met both of your boys. I think they're good boys. Really do. I think you guys have done an excellent job raising them.
Thanks.
I think a lot of what parents do is try to be their kids' best friend because they want their kid to be able to tell each other things. They want their kid to sit there and be able to say, hey, you know, I need somebody to talk to. They don't want their kid talking to other kids and trying to get kid advice. Right. But two things you got to know with that, man. Two things. Number one, kids can find in what is normal, what feels comfortable to them. You know, you are an intimidating, you know, person to your own children. They always want to impress you. They always want your attention, and they never want to disappoint you.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. And you can keep a fine balance. Like my wife is perfect with it. I always joke around. I tell people, my wife, you know, my daughter's probably been spanked maybe a handful of times. You know, and that is it because my wife, she doesn't. It's not just my daughter. I've seen her use it on my nieces and my nephews and other kids in general. She doesn't have to hit a child to spank them or nothing. She doesn't have to do that. My wife will straight up mind fuck him. Like she when I say that, what I mean by mind fuck him is she uses consistency. It's the same thing over and over. Barry, Bill, I want to give you an example of that, okay? Do you hear this right here? Do you hear that? Do you hear that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are keys, okay? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say that I'm going to put the keys on the coffee table. All right? You got the keys on the coffee table, and you've got maybe a year and a half old. My favorite, 24 months. Your child's 2. Okay, your child's fucking 2 years old, not 24 months. Anyways, so I got the keys on the coffee table. Parent is in the room. The child goes up to the coffee table, but the parent does not want the child to touch anything on the coffee table. What do? They get up, they take the child, they move the child over, they say no. Child's all like, huh. All right. Parent sits back down. I'll show you. Parent sits down. No, we don't know technically what they're thinking. But anyways, I mean, they're not in a padded room with a mirror and we're
I used to be in that age group, man. I know exactly what the fuck I was thinking. Well, anyway. I'll show you.
So what happens is, okay, so the parent sits back down, goes to watch TV, maybe, plays around on their phone, whatever. Child goes back to the coffee table. Again, the parent gets up and says no. Moves the child down, and this time it's a little bit stern. It's like, no, I meant no. You don't touch anything on the coffee table. Give it, year and a half, 2 years old, sitting here trying to teach a child to not touch anything on the coffee table. Okay? So, then the parent goes and does something else into the house. What does the parent do? They go maybe to the kitchen to get something, maybe to start. Okay? They come back into the area where the coffee table is, more than likely the living room, and the child has the child now has. What am I on? I'm getting some mad reverb. Am I on speaker?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, now the child has got the keys in their hand. Okay, no bullshit. Got the keys in the hand, and the parent. This is the kicker, guys. The parent sits there and goes, you know what? Fuck it. They fucking give up. It's consistency. It's consistency all the time.
You can't give up.
The same, without hitting the child, without smacking the child, you simply move the child away from the area, and you continuously do that. And some people are looking at me or listening to me right now. Some people are listening to me right now, and they're saying, who in the fuck has got the time to sit there and keep doing that? Guess who? You do.
Welcome to being a parent.
You damn right. Barry, Bill, would you agree with me? I want you guys both to answer at the same time. When you don't get to choose when you're a parent as soon as you find out you're going to be one, correct?
Almost definitely.
You are not a parent when it is convenient for you.
Absolutely.
It's a 24/7 job.
They rely on you to teach them how to live.
Right. We want to.
If you don't, nobody will, and
or the kids in school will teach them.
Yeah.
And you don't want the kids at school to teach them.
No.
Nope, because kids are cruel. Kids are just they say and speak what they see. They can't help that.
And kids really watch what you do. Everybody's like, "Oh, my kid don't see what I do." But you know what?
Yeah.
Just watching my kid, man. Everything I do, that kid wants to do. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm out at raking leaves, if I'm in here eating an olive, Dad, give me that. I want to try it. My kid's like, man, Dad, I don't like pepperoni. I had a pepperoni pizza the other day. You know what? He ate pepperoni pizza. He goes, man, Dad, I love this. I'm like, that is so weird because you say and you protest that you don't like something, but you see your dad doing it and all of a sudden you want to do it.
That's right.
These kids are watching you every single minute you are alive.
Yep.
Every minute you are being a leader to them.
Agreed.
So lead them. Fucking lead them.
Yep.
And lead them to a better life than what you lived.
Right. That doesn't mean that you have to be mean and fucking nasty to them. That just means,
right.
Picking up your nuts. Or if you're a woman,
they need discipline.
If you're a woman, pick
they
up
need
your tits
structure. I get that.
And handle your business. Bill, do you believe that there's bad moms just as much as there's bad dads?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
It is very equal.
I deal with them on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I'm ashamed to say that I've had to actually go to the bar to tell Mom to go home because their 6-year-old is scared because he's alone at home while she's in the fucking bar. I'm sorry. If you want to go to the bar, go to the bar, but get a goddamn babysitter or something. Don't leave your 6-year-old at home alone.
Oh, my God. Barry
that's why cops get these bad attitudes, because when you deal with this shit every single day, this is common sense shit. If you're a parent, you don't leave your child alone at home so you can go to the bar. Hey, Halloween night, I wanted to go to the bar. It was my first Halloween off in 14 years. I wanted to go drinking at the bar. I wanted to go to the costume party. But I had my son that night. Guess what? I'm not going to the bar. It's called being a parent.
Right. Barry, Bill, you guys brought up two good points. Jason from Exit 92 Radio is on here. He said, what's up? Knock, knock. He also says more bad moms than dads. That's his belief. That's his opinion. Jason, that's fine with that. I believe it's kind of more in the equal range on that. I've seen a lot of shitty dads out there, and I've seen a lot of shitty moms. So it does go
both.
Yeah.
I think it's an equal spread.
Yeah. But Jason feels differently. He thinks there's more bad moms out there than there are dads. Maybe particular because women they have more of a vindictiveness to them, more than men have the dick-headedness in them, because guys are dicks. We're fucking assholes. We don't care. Fuck you. We'll kill you and your little dog too. We don't give a damn. Anyways, okay,
yep.
Maybe that's a little extreme, but Barry,
well, we can be extreme here on the radio.
That's right. Hey, this is a Mac Attack show, man. I mean,
exactly. It's a fucking Mac Attack show.
Got a special guest coming on Wednesday. I want to say it is November 9th at 9 p.m. Going to have a special guest. Her first name's Angie. She's going to be on the Mac Attack show here on Spreaker.com. Make sure you guys tune in for that. But Barry, I wanted to sit here and ask you. You said about the mood changes. Bill, I'm going to get back to you. Barry, you sat there and you said something that they watch every single thing you do with moods and everything else. Your own. Would you agree if I said that your own child knows when you're sad or happy or mad, even when you try to hide it?
Absolutely. The boy that I have will literally mimic exactly how I feel. It's interesting. How he treats other people around him when I'm upset, he's just upset too. It's amazing, and I guess in a way, if you're not paying attention, you don't really notice it. But it's amazing how much they pay attention when you think they're not.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing that bell right now, it's time for another beer. So that's what we're going to get.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
So,
Barry, give me a fucking beer, would you?
So, Bill, I wanted to go to you. Barry, good point. I wanted to go to you, Bill, real quick. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us and we get disconnected for whatever reason, just keep it locked in here with us on Exit 92 Radio here on the Mac Attack Show. We're going to keep just right ahead and just going to keep recording if we do. We haven't been disconnected yet. It's awesome. This is and I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back, and everybody else is glad for me to be back. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
It's good for you to be back, Mac.
Oh, man, I love it. It's so hard out here. It's so hard out here for a pimp, you know. So
It's hard for a pimp.
Pimping
ain't easy, brother. Pimping ain't easy.
I am no pimp bite. But, Bill, you was talking about going out to the bar. Me and the wife, I've been trying so hard to get my wife on the show. She has some of the most excellent parenting opinions and just facts in general and how shit works. Because with my wife, with raising children and stuff, it doesn't matter what you say. When she speaks, she's right. You want to know why? That's not because, it's her way or the highway. It's because when she speaks, it's the truth. It's not one-sided. It's not one-sided in anybody's advantage except for the child. The child's best interest is the only thing that matters. The only thing.
Absolutely.
So I like her views on that, and I'd like to get her on the show sometime. Hopefully, if she's listening, she'll get on here. Don't forget, it's Dino, the man for your promo, Mac. But, Bill, you sat there and you said about going out to the bar. Do you believe parents need a little bit of me time? Because right here is probably where I'm going to argue with a lot of people listening.
I think that to keep a healthy relationship with your significant other, if you have one, I do not. Barry does not.
Barry needs to get laid.
Yeah, Barry, we need to get Barry laid. See, and I told Barry when we were sitting in the bar, it's like, what are we going to do tonight? We're going to paint this fucking town. We're going to get drunk. We're going to get laid. No, we're going to go home and get on a fucking radio show on a Saturday night. But, hey, I fucking love the Mac Attack Show. I would choose this over... Well, if I had the opportunity to get laid right now, Dean, I'm sorry. I'd probably do that over the show. I apologize, but
no, not at all. No offense taken, man. You get that pussy, and you get it, and you rub it on your nose, and you do whatever you Barry.
Amen.
Now, Exit 92. He said, "Amen."
But do I think that parents need a little me time? Absolutely, especially if you have a significant other. Your children are going to watch, like Barry was saying, they're going to watch everything you do. They're going to watch everything your wife does. And if you two aren't vibing with each other, if you're not on the same page, it makes parenting extremely difficult. I know that me and Barry both have gone through that. Both of us recently divorced. We've gone through that where the significant other was not on the same page as far as parenting techniques as you were. As a single parent, do I think a little me time is important? I do. But not at the sacrifice of your children. Not at...
You don't want to do it and leave them out.
Exactly. If you can have me time with them involved, that's great. Do I think that you need a little alone time? Absolutely. But it should never...
come at the expense of your child.
Exactly. It should never overrule anything with your child.
Absolutely.
I think that your child is, that's your legacy. That's what you're leaving behind when you die. You can leave behind a great name, but if you have a child, you're leaving behind the next generation of you, basically.
They're going to be like, man, this is how my dad used to be,
Exactly.
This is what my dad did. I remember my dad being this way, and I want to be just like my dad. That to me is the best sentence ever when my son looks at me and goes, Dad, I want to be just like you.
Oh, yeah. That feels
my
good.
heart will literally melt out of my chest.
Right, because
and of course, my answer to that, when my son says that to me, is I tell him, no, son, I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. I don't want you to do the same stupid shit that I've done.
But you got to remember, they're not looking at that. They're looking at the guy that they see, the guy that's out playing t-ball with them, that's being their coach, that's being their Cub Scouts leader. It's like, man, Dad, you're hanging out with me, you're going fishing with me. Man, Dad, I want to be like you. We sit here and pray at the table. My son's mom just recently went through the hospital, and I prayed here every single day to pray for his mom to be better. Lucas loved it. He went and prayed at school for his mom to be better, and I applaud my son for being his own boy. Even though he still wants to be like me, he's still trying to be his own man. But he wants to mirror that off of me because of what I'm showing him, because of what I'm showing him to be important. Right. And that's what I got to focus on.
Well, my thing of it is the reason why I brought up the topic, because, you know, Bill, when you said about going out to the bar and being a parent and stuff like that, you know, I just the thing of it is that a lot of parents, and I'm going to say parents, I'm talking about the parents that are either married, that have the husband and wife, or I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not afraid to say it. It's a husband and husband, or wife and wife, or whatever. However your family is, it doesn't really actually matter. What matters is your interaction and the amount of time that you spend with your children. Look,
right.
There is by no means that you should be going out every fucking weekend to the bar scene, to the club scene, to the vacation spots,
Absolutely.
to the big fucking whatever, you know, rooms that you got at the hotel, you know, Marriott or whatever.
Yeah, I'm tired of going there and telling you to go home to your fucking kids.
Right.
Sorry, had to throw that one in there. I'm sick and tired of it, people. God damn it, if you got kids, stay home.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Now, granted, I can understand where, you know, the grandparents or some, you know, your child's friends from school, whatever, they say, hey, I want to go over their house to spend the night. Is that okay? Yeah, let's exchange phone numbers. Let me talk to the parent a little bit. Yada yada yada. Next thing you know,
absolutely,
you know, the child is over somewhere else, and they're well, they're okay, they're safe. Okay.
Right. Hey, then that's your me time. That's your me time right there.
There's your fucking me time. It doesn't
take advantage of it.
You don't get to pick and choose that shit. Come on, people, right. Get the fuck over yourself.
But hopefully, you're with the person that, when you're together in the beginning, you love each other. You love your children until they move out, and then you're back in love with each other. And I'm sorry, but that's what's missing in the fucking world today.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on. You said then you're back in love with each other. I want to.
I think you should be in love with each other.
I never say love, but don't be in love with somebody just to have children and then go, okay, fuck it, fuck the rest. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Look, it sounds like Barry needs laid and some drugs. I'm just saying.
Oh yes, I'm going to get this. I'm going to legalize weed in Indiana. I'm going to get this motherfucker higher than a kite.
You're gonna, as a good friend of mine used to say, you're going to be higher than a bird's pussy.
Fuck me, that just made him spit the beer.
You know,
that's fucking high.
Here on Exit 92 Radio, they're based out of Jacksonville, Florida. And if any of the ladies are listening from Jacksonville, Florida,
we will make a road trip.
Barry is, what are you, Barry, like 6'1", 6 foot? Maybe shorter?
Real close, right at 6 foot. Nope, 6 foot.
Okay.
It depends on how curly his hair is.
Might add a couple inches.
No, see, you're a white guy with curly hair. Are you attracted to Velcro at all?
Wow.
I only ask that just because, like, are you into bondage? If a chick wants to get into bondage,
you know what? I am down for whatever. If that's what it fucking takes, I am in that shit.
So
you lying motherfucker!
Wait a minute. You are too.
If Ava came in here right now and asked me to tie my shit up, I'd be like, "Fuck, do it up, woman."
I'm gonna piss my pants.
Wait a minute. You're actually to the point where you have almost damn near any kind of sex with a woman?
Don't even care.
Until she wants to stick her finger in your ass, and then it's a whole new ballgame.
You know what? I'm fucking game. Fuck it. I mean, I'm all open.
Wow.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm not staying the night here anymore. Fuck this shit.
Wait a minute. Now hold on, homophobe. Hold on. Bill, you're
Don't
gonna
go there, Dean.
You're gonna sit
Don't
there.
go there, Dean.
You're gonna.
You motherfucker.
You're gonna trash Barry.
I told you that in confidence, goddammit. Don't go there.
You're on the Mac Attack show. We are open to everything.
Fuck it, why not? If you can't beat them, join them.
Okay, so Bill, you're gonna sit there and say, when they stick a finger in your asshole. Bill, you sound like you've had a little bit of experience with that. Elaborate a little bit.
That shit ain't fun.
Elaborate a little bit.
Wow. It was once and once only, and doesn't that feel good? No, it doesn't. Not really. I'm not feeling this at all. In fact, I'm really uncomfortable with this right now. Can you get your finger out of my ass, please? Because I don't think I can be gay.
Okay, now hold on. First, there's already been a gentleman on the Mac Attack show that has had his butthole licked. Okay,
Dustin Brown.
Wow.
It just came out of nowhere. It was unexpected. He didn't care for it. In his defense, it is kind of fucked up that it happened to him, though. But anyways, so
now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I heard that show. I thought he liked it.
no, he didn't.
I thought he said he liked it.
Okay, but here's the deal. Barry is sitting there willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, let's say he's getting a blowjob, and there's a woman that decides to go ahead and just while she's doing her thing, he sticks his finger up her butthole there, and hey, he instantaneously comes. She milks that prostate there a little bit, and boom, and he enjoys it. Now, Bill, what's so wrong with that? Is that necessarily?
Hey, you know what? If it blows your skirt up, knock yourself out. It just didn't do it for me. Okay.
Well,
I'm just gonna say he's in for one hell of a surprise, but
yeah. You're like, oh, holy shit.
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, I was doing good till you stuck your finger in my ass, but
fucking Christmas came early.
Bill, how many? You don't have to say what you've done. I just want to know how many different types of drugs, including alcohol, have you done in your life?
Including alcohol?
Yeah, you don't have to describe them. Just how many? We're looking for a number here. 2. You've done two different drugs. Barry, what about you?
1.
Okay.
I got him drinking, baby. I got him drinking. I'm working on the second, but right now I'm working on drinking, getting him drinking here.
Barry, for right now, just stick with the drinking. You're good. You're golden. You got to learn. But see, would you guys agree that drinking it's kind of like wine. Each beer has a different flavor. Each beer tastes differently. Now, some people are like, no, it tastes like piss. Well, that's because your fucking ass is used to fucking Mai Tais and cocktail drinks.
Yeah.
I think.
But see, grab an American beer and let's fucking go.
No, what would be the American beer? What's the American beer?
It all takes an acquired taste. Everybody said, even coming from experience from a guy who hasn't drank in, I'm 35. I started drinking last year, and I can now pick up a can of Coors Light and drink it and not have a problem. Not saying they all taste the same, but they're pretty damn close. Some of them maybe go down a little bit easier, but
nice.
Beer is beer, man.
Well, a side note, we haven't got him into the dark lagers or anything like that yet. He's in for a shot, but we'll get to that point.
I think you need to try. I'm not talking about getting trashed on him. I really do think that Barry, that you need to try different types of whiskey. Because each whiskey is distilled and filtered, and each whiskey has a distinct taste. Now, it's stronger than a motherfucker. Now, it's not something that's not going to burn on the way down. But some don't burn as bad on the way down. But that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for that palate on your tongue. You're looking for.
I've been shooting straight vodka for the last week. Every day I come home and shoot vodka. At least 2 shots.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, I created a fucking monster. Holy shit.
He's everyday vodka because, hey, they're just potatoes. Anyways,
What's your whiskey of choice, Dean? I forgot.
my whiskey of choice is Jack. It's always been Jack. It's been Jack for a long time. And I'll probably,
Nice.
I still have to try the single barrel. And the Tennessee Fire is
You
fire.
haven't tried the single barrel?
No, I need to try the single barrel. I really
I've
do.
got a bottle of it. Next time you're down, let me know. I'll bring it.
You can donate it to the Dino Mac Bar. So,
I'll donate it to the Dino Mac Bar.
because I guarantee you, not many people are going to drink this son of a bitch. It's just going to be us.
No, they're not. Not very often. It's some potent shit.
I'm in.
He's in the
Fucking
truck.
alcoholic.
So
I'm down for a good time. Fuck it.
it looks like it. So you guys just how long y'all been friends, really?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
shit. Let's see.
I think it was choir when we actually got to actually talk. Not freshman year, maybe the sophomore.
Well, you're sophomore, my freshman year.
Right. I think that's where we really got to hang out and actually have time to spend time and talk, and it just kind of bloomed after that and got out of high school, spent a lot of time at his house because I really didn't live that far away. I got my license before he did, and
He took me everywhere. It was awesome.
it was a fun time.
Okay, screw that soft shit with that friendly bullshit. Barry, what are you looking for?
Oh,
in a
no,
woman?
don't get us wrong. He's a fucking asshole, okay? He's a fucking asshole. It's just, he's a cool asshole in my book.
Well, see, the women of Florida and the women of Indiana are going to need to know this, especially if they're down there in Evansville area and stuff like that. Barry, they're going to need to know about you. So, Bill, without throwing the curveball in there and making him look exciting, I want Barry to understand he's already an exciting guy. Barry, tell us a little bit about what you're looking for in a woman.
Oh, man, that's a big book.
What type of rock? What type of rock and roll does she gotta like?
I'm looking for somebody that wants to enjoy life. I guess that's the simplest I can make it. I'm tired of...
I didn't
I
ask
kinda
that
always
fucking
thought I wanted-
question. I asked, what the fuck kind of rock and roll is she supposed to like?
Fucking Def Leppard, AC/DC, the shit that just...
There you go.
Run
there you
out
go.
and fucking...
Fucking A.
Okay, now you can continue about what you're looking for in a woman.
How much time you got? I mean...
Like I said, simple terms, man. I want to learn how it is to actually enjoy life. I used to think I needed to be inside the house to enjoy my family, and you do. You need to have that time. But you know what? I think what I was missing was the shit outside your house, the going out and enjoying the pretty places, the getting the memories of hey, we went here and I got to enjoy it with somebody special, somebody that loves somebody through all their bads and their goods, and they just love somebody because they love them.
Good, that's what you're looking for.
Maybe it's old fashioned.
Ladies, if you're kind of old-fashioned, Barry is ready, and he's willing to let you stick a finger up his ass if you want to, as long as he gets his.
Wow.
So, anyways,
Open.
Bill, we've Barry, we've had a great show on here. We really have. I mean, we could go for 2 more hours, but I'm not gonna go for a whole 2 more hours. Bill, Barry, I gotta ask you guys. It needs to get out right now. Are you going to Friendsgiving?
I'm going to try my best to make it. As long as I don't have to work, or if I'm not on call that week, I'm going to try my best to make it.
It's a Saturday,
Don't even know what it is.
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Don't even know what it is.
I'll get you. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get you invited on Facebook as soon as I get.
Wait.
After we do.
Yeah, I was
after
going
we
to say,
get
I
done
don't
with the
think you
show.
got the invite on that.
Yeah. So, Bill, we definitely need you. So in other words, why don't you just put on there a go? How about that?
It's a go.
Okay, we'll just put it down as a go.
Okay, that way we just know that we got a solid head count and we can get this stuff, because me, Heavy D, and Sexual Sarah, we're putting this sumbitch together, and things are coming around quite nicely. We'll let you guys know where a meeting point is. I know that nobody from Exit 92 Radio has any idea what the fuck we're talking about.
just bring your dollar bills, and I'll wear my little sexy cop uniform. Okay?
Wow. Yeah, he's gonna be singing YMCA.
Wow. And I hate that song. Wow.
Guys, I am Dino Mac. This has been Bill Downey and Barry Zom. We have been thrilled to sit here and entertain you with our bullshit for a little while. Y'all keep it locked in here to Exit 92 Radio. Listen to all the shows. Follow the motherfucker, or we will find you and we will stick our finger up your ass. Peace.